What the hell is Saw Sports or whatever that last call was talking about? What the hell is that?
Guys are from Free Love, man.
What is up, Sauce Nation? It is your boy Hector Flores coming at you with a video, and we're on to the next round. The Houston Dash are on to the semifinals after beating the Utah Royals 0-0 because they won in penalties. So honestly, we're gonna talk about that obviously before we get to our next opponent, who happens to be the 8th seed Portland Thorns. That's right, North Carolina Courage got eliminated, so the favorite of this tournament is now not in the picture. So this tournament has now officially been wide open, so this is really good news for them. But we'll talk about Portland a little bit because they are not going to be such an easy team to face. But before we get going with that, if you guys want content on the other teams in H-Town, like the Astros, the Dynamo, the Rockets, or any other teams in the Houston area, like the Houston Dash, then subscribe to Sauce Sports TV. Click on that notification bell so you will be notified when we drop videos like this, and also when we do our live streams every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Central Time. Also, if you guys want a little bit more interaction from the guys from the Roundtable, and of course Mr. Sauce Sports, Ed Honcho himself, make sure you guys go ahead and join the Patreon. Sign up for that $5 tier, and you'll get put in our private Discord, where you'll get to talk to not only us but other Discord members. And I guarantee you, the conversations are great. They do get heated, but they're still great conversations nonetheless. So with all that being said, man, let's get going with this video. Alright, so let's go ahead and recap this Utah Royals game. So the Dash ended up winning in penalties. The scoreline was 0-0, but ended up ending 3-2 in penalties, thanks to the fact that the Houston Dash have Jane Campbell, who just happens to be a penalty specialist. So she did take some big saves in this part, making her big contribution to the team. She did really well in this game. I think Jane Campbell definitely deserves to be player of this game, not only from the penalties themselves, but throughout the game. I think she did a very good job. Huge improvement for this team. The Dash had a total of 9 shots, only 1 on target, which the accuracy does need to get worked on, but the fact that they're taking shots, this is what I wanted them to do when I did my preview video, so I'm happy to see them taking shots. And plus, they only allowed Utah to take 4 shots, and 2 of them were on target. That is huge for them, because if you remember when I was talking about the Utah Royals, they were over 5 shots a game. So this is actually a huge improvement for the defense. You know what? I'll say this. I told y'all that I didn't think defense was a big problem, and I think this clearly states it, because they did a really good job when the games now really do count. No offense to prelims, but prelims honestly, we're only playing for seeding. But now games do mean something. If you lose, you're out of the tournament. So with the defense, I think they did a solid job. The Dash were caught offsides twice. Huge improvement there. They've committed 11 fouls. There was a lot of fouls in this game. Actually, I'll throw one more thing. There should have been a red card. There was honestly should have been a penalty kick. This game should have ended 1-0 because of just there was a foul given, and that was on the goalkeeper from Utah. And I honestly thought that it should have been a red card and it should have been a penalty, but they gave her a yellow card, and it was a free kick instead. So I mean, what can you do at that point? And then the Dash also had 2 yellow cards in this game and had a possession of 47%, which I'm very good with. 47% is roughly means like it's 50-50 for me. But aside from that, man, the Dash did really well. They attacked with numbers, they defended numbers, which is what I wanted to see. They looked really good. I think this is definitely a game you can build off some confidence, and the fact that you know that you have something in Jane Campbell when it comes to going to penalties, and you have some confidence with her, it's going to be big for them. But yeah. There's the recap for the Royals game, so let's go ahead and talk about the Portland Thorns. Alright, so let's talk about Portland. So right now, I'm just going to talk about the prelims from Portland. So Portland finished in 8th with a record of no wins, 3 draws, and 1 loss. So I'm honestly going to say, take their placing with a grain of salt. I don't think this is a bad team necessarily. Plus, they have playoff experience over the years, so I don't think that this is a team that you're going to be like, oh, this team's sorry, we got this. Just relax, especially when you start hearing some of the things that they did in the prelims. So in the 4 prelim games, they scored 2 goals overall, which isn't good. but they also allowed only 3 goals in those 4 games. This team is very good defensively. That's something that we're definitely going to have to highlight. And during the prelims, they took a total of 36 shots and 12 of them on target. 36 shots and 12 of them were on target. That's almost a third. Actually, that probably is a third. I'm sorry if my math is not necessarily on point today. But that is exactly a third of their shots are on target. That is something to take notice. Yes, they're not scoring goals, but you can see that they're an aggressive team and they're very good defensively. Plus, well disciplined with the fact that they only had 1 yellow card throughout the 4 prelim games, and they were caught offsides 5 times. So I don't think that their where they finish in the standings necessarily does them any justice to them. I think they're going to be a really dangerous team, and it proves the fact that they ended up beating the heavy favorite North Carolina Courage in a 1-0 victory. And in that game, they took a total of 10 shots and 3 of them were on target, and they allowed a total of 21 shots, 8 on target. North Carolina Courage is obviously the best team in the NWSL, and they defended and they fought hard against this clearly better team and got the win. They were only caught offside once and had a possession of 45%. Like I said, the Portland Thorns isn't going to be a team that we can just brush off like they're nothing. This is a legitimate team. They have playoff experience, so they know what these games mean. So this is not someone to like overlook, but it's going to be an interesting matchup. And so let's go ahead and go to my keys to win this game. All right, so my keys to win this game is pretty simple, and that is you got to be smart with the ball. That's going to be the first key. What I say specifically, be smart with the ball, is do not try to rush anything, but also don't take forever to make something happen. If you see an open player, pass it to the open person. If that person ends up being pressured, just pass it back. Just make sure you keep possession in this game, especially with as good as this defense is. You're going to have to just have to find a part of their armor that's going to be not the strongest and just go and attack that part. But that's going to take time and patience, so you have to be very patient with the ball, but make sure you also keep it moving and don't let this team pressure you in any way, because they will pounce on you when they get an opportunity. 2, disciplined defense. This is a team that's going to find your mistakes and they're going to exploit that. This team has experience. They know what it takes to go far in the playoffs. So it's also very important to not give them that opportunity. So play full discipline when you're on the defensive side of the field. And number 2 is number 3. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said number 2. Number 3, you got to take more shots, man. Not only take more shots, but also make sure you get some on target. You got to get some goals in. I don't think you want to go into penalties yet again. It is very nerve-wracking, but it shows a lot of character on your team. But obviously, you want to end this game quick and over. So luckily, there's no extra time, so you're not playing an extra 30 minutes. You're just going straight to penalties, so that's a benefit. But you definitely want to, score goals so you could just get this game over with and move on to the next round, which will be the final. But yeah, if you want to go ahead and beat the Portland Thorns, I think that those are necessary things. So you got to be patient and smart with ball movement. You got to be well defensively. You can't make a mistake, or at least make sure you recover when you do make those mistakes. And number 3 is just you got to start taking more shots and make sure they're on target. And I think that you're going to be able to beat the Portland Thorns if you do that. So that is the preview for the Portland Thorns versus Houston Dash semifinal game of the NWSL's Challenge Cup. Man, Dash honestly have exceeded my expectations. So at this point, everything is just bonus points to me of how I see the Dash for this tournament. That game will be on Wednesday, July 22nd at 11:30 a.m. Central Time on CBS All Access. So if you guys want to try to find the game, that's where you're going to find it, or hit up Houston Texans Talk and figure out how he watches those games. But that's all I really got, man. Go into the comment section. Tell me how excited you are about the fact that the Houston Dash are in the semifinals. For the first time the Dash make it to the playoffs. I mean, off of technicality, but still make it to the playoffs, and they are going pretty far so far. So I mean, tell me what you guys think. If you want to drop a prediction, go for it. But make sure you guys like this video. Make sure you subscribe to Saucy Sports TV. Make sure you click on that notification bell so you'll be notified when we do drop these videos, and as well as when we do our live streams on every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Central Time. Also, if you guys want more of an interaction, guys, make sure you guys join the Patreon, sign up for that $5 tier, and you'll be put in our Discord. I guarantee you the conversations are great. Sometimes get heated, sometimes they don't. It's all good, and it's all love, man. So with all that being said, man, that's all I got. So chucking up a deuce. Y'all stay saucy.
Perfect.